Greetings. Stephen, thank you for coming with us to share your Calvin University program at Lumina College. And as you recall your study, what is the most humbling experience that you have during these 3 years?
Well, actually, the whole course is humbling for me because I've been studying for a lot of academic degrees. And during my time that I first graduated from the dental school, I still have a lot of energy. And I need to pursue more training. So that's my own initiative to learn more and also try to compete with others. But now it's more like I started with an interest and also a taste more about the theological side of education to broaden myself in these aspects. So I try to enter the master program so that I can study more about the theological side of knowledge. But somehow it's not about studying. I think it's more like a life transforming experience to me, and it also demand my spare time after my work and also my social life. And I found that if this is a part-time course, it should be okay. But somehow it's very demanding in form of coursework, the depth of reflection, the requirement for our dependence of our Lord, in the sense that during when we were burning our midnight candles, I just asked myself why I should continue such a demanding, in a sense, is physical and also energy driven requiring courses. So I need to have more motivation and more support for me to go on, right? My wife said that I had so many academic degrees, no more. So I found myself quite lonely during my time of struggling, besides our colleague who also struggle with the course. But so I found myself during my exhaustion, during the nighttime, I was alone by myself. Actually, not alone by myself. I think our Lord tried to wait for me to see my humbling position. I need to call him, right? I think that's the very experience that I not been experienced for a long time. So during undergraduate, we tried our best. We couldn't we couldn't have the confidence to pass the examination to get a degree for my licenseship. That's the time that I've been quite humble by that time. But somehow I've been in control when I'm dealing with the academic courses. But somehow this course, not only the physical training, I think it's the dependence and also the walk of faith with our Lord, with our learning community, together with the faculty in Hong Kong, in Lumina, and also the professors in the Calvin. I think that's more a humbling experience to me than my previous experience.
Very good. Now, when you see yourself transformed, life transforming, right? So how will you see the world differently now after you studied?
Time passed by, there's a lot of changes that I didn't recognize at all. I didn't have acknowledged of any changes at all. And even the news and also the a lot of so-called new things that may not be the truth, in a sense that there's a lot of censorship and a lot of processing after that. So this course helped me to go back to the basic things, that see things in a different lens. First of all, I think prepare myself before the master course is the Lumina a diploma course in Christian leadership. I think the first thing prepare myself is the Judeo-Christianity worldview. That's the first thing for me in the diploma course. And also another is the holistic view that the world is, a lot of things that's compartmentalized. And also myself is being specialized in the professional field. I found myself difficult to wear the shoes of the other people, right? Lawyers, medical doctors, teachers, teachers. So segregated. But somehow, after the Lumina diploma course, go to the master educational course in Calvin. They are not teaching the technical things. They touch the technical things, but somehow the emphasis is on the life transformation so that I can go back to our Lord and see in his perspective that he's the creator and he is actually control everything, but somehow he allows us to co-walk and co-work with him so that we can be creative. We can be everybody else is not framed and narrowed by what my previous experience, my brought up, my training. So let's go back to a more, whole self or myself, and also more holistic. And also, this is the image that God create me, so that I can appreciate my world and also interact with my world. So this is the very thing that I find this is transformative. It's not only by the doing, but a lot of people said this transformation is very important, but somehow I don't know what transformation is, but somehow I try to explain express my experience those 3 years.
Very good. Now, if you were asked to use one word to describe this Calvin education program, master program at Lumina College, what one word you will use to describe this program?
Maybe 3 words.
Okay, 3 words is okay. Won't charge you.
Reason and faith. Reason and faith.
Explain.
Usually, I will more emphasize on reason. When I was within the Christian community, I will usually express myself more in terms of faith. So I'm segregated, and I find myself difficult in some area. And in a medical term, maybe it's called schizophrenia, something spiritual schizophrenic. That's not good. That's not healthy. So those to college and now University of Calvin University, and they brought me into a position that I used to be not interested in doing, because I'm specializing myself. I try to have a specialization. Being a general people or like normal people is not my goal, right? Because it should be special and everything should be outstanding. No, those 3 years. No, just be yourself. You are God's child. You are being created by Him in His image. So it's more like go back to my Christian faith conversion, the gospel, and also the biblical truth, rather than I have one more academic degree and then I can pursue more so that I can teach. I won't teach anymore because I'm retiring. And so that's the way that I found myself in this course, so rewarding and rewarding to me that I can be myself, right? So it's not only reason that I can do things with my own will, but also faith that I can within the Lord, but somehow they're not segregated. They are a whole self, so that it won't be, in a sense, schizophrenic. This is pathological. So it's more physiological in a spiritual sense. Yeah.
Now, one final note. When you mentioned about retiring, after hard work of 3 years, so what will you do with your learning? You're retiring from what? And will you pursue your learning, own transformed life into some kind of future endeavor?
That's paradoxical and that's interesting. For academically, that's enough. But for life transformation, I think this is only the beginning.
Very good.
So that's my situation. So I should pursue more for my transformation, but somehow think twice or more before I decide to commit it to other academic degree.
Very good. Thank you, Stephen, for joining us and to introduce the Calvin University program in education focused on leadership at Lumina College. It's been very rewarding, and thank you for sharing the deep thoughts of your heart.
Thank you, Mr. Lam.
Thank you.